Hi, Orange Girl here with another scrapbooking process video for you. I am using the December 2017 Hip Kit Club kits, as well as this gorgeous sketch by Anna, and it's our sketch for this week. I have decided to replace all of those snowflakes with stars because, well, I don't know, because there was a lot of stars in the kit, but also because this is still kind of part of my Christmas layouts, and I just feel like stars are kind of Christmassy, even though flowers are not. I am using these gorgeous, almost summery looking flowers um, that are on this paper by Erit. I just love it, and I don't end up cutting it up. I end up using it as a background, which is a good thing for me. Much better than framing it and hanging it on my wall, although some of these papers I sometimes wish I could do that. So I'm using that paper as my background, and I don't have to add a lot to that because it's gorgeous, but I am going to use a bunch of stars. I just went through all the ephemera there, and I pulled out, that's usually my process, is I pull out the ephemera that matches the sentiment or the idea, the story of the layout, but also things that match the color. So I pulled a bunch of that stuff out, and now I'm messing with the Project Life cards that come exclusive to our Project Life kit for December. And I went through those cards exactly like I did the ephemera. And I went through and I pulled out the cards that had the colors that I wanted, or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this December card, but I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Missy, I think, did the same thing this month with her December card. And I am hoping right now that when I glue down the word December, that I actually spell it right. And now I'm a little bit nervous because it is not spelled correctly. Oh, goodness. And I don't have my layout in front of me, so I can't check it. But, well, this is life. If that's what happens, that's what happens. And it's sewn down, so I can't change it. Well, anyway, so I decided my title was going to be at this point Delicious December Days. And I end up taking the S off. I don't think it looks right. Delicious December Day is good enough. These are pictures of my grandson who is eating Christmas cookies and dipping them in milk. And so these were actually taken the day after Christmas, and I was babysitting my two grandsons, and they had Christmas cookies for dessert while they were here. So that's kind of the story. You'll notice that I still have a lot of pieces of this kit that are still in plastic because I've been kind of working on my December documented book and all those sorts of things. So I still have the December kits out, or the November kits out, excuse me. And so I didn't process the kits like I usually do at the beginning when I first get it, where I take everything out of the plastic and get everything ready so that it's easier to work with. So since this is only my second layout with this kit, I still had a lot of stuff that I'd looked at, but I hadn't really, taken all in. So I didn't even have it out of the packaging yet. Anyway, so that is the only thing that was slow about this layout. Everything else went really quickly because of that gorgeous background paper. So now I'm just arranging my stars so that I remember when I glue them down to make sure that they are glued down with the stitching going up and down, because that's what I want them all to be the same. And now I've decided I want to add a little bit of blue to the background. So this is a Shimmers product that came in the color kit this month, and I love it. I love the added blue, and I actually end up adding a few more splatters of a couple other colors as we go here. There's already splatters on the page, but I wanted to add the blue. Okay, so here's the look. Oh, yay, it's spelled correctly. Yes, awesome. Okay, so I end up adding to my title later, but that December card had a 2017 typed underneath the word December, and so I end up using that part of the card as part of my title as well. And now I'm just eyeballing it to see if I'm going to like those pictures being cut off. But I do end up really liking it. At this point, I thought about adding a little bit of orange because there is a little orange in the background paper. But I decided, nope, I don't want that. I'm not adding that color. I also wondered if I wanted to call it Delicious December Cookies, but I changed my mind. Although I do love those letters. I have those letters in black. I think I bought them. I bought 2 sets of those letters in black, the same style, and these are gorgeous in the glitter gold. Okay, so now I'm just looking through my kit to find other stars, and I have these puffy stickers, which I believe are Pink Fresh Studio as well, and I'm going to add some of the yellow and pink stars and blue stars from that package so that I can have a little bit of variety, some of the smaller stars, some bigger stars on my page. Don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, I thought I would look at the stickers to see if there were some different stars on there that I wanted to use, but I ended up deciding that these were enough, and I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down now. Once I get December glued down, I do come in, I believe, off camera, and I stitch down the word December. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on right now. The other thing I did is that die cut that I'm using for Delicious. I did put some, what do you call it, foam, just like some foam, craft foam underneath it to make it stick out just a little bit and give it a little dimension. I did the same underneath my photographs. So now I've kind of glued pretty much everything down except for the 2 photos and their backgrounds. Some people call those layers. Boy, I'm having a hard time with my words today. I have now stitched down the word December. And then I decide that I also want to stitch the 2017, which is what I'm doing here. And then I end up actually stitching around parts of the background paper. So I cut that part out so you wouldn't have to watch that whole thing. So I stitched down some of my layers and I stitched down the word 2017 that's underneath my title there. And now I'm adding some kind of lime green thread because I use that lime green card underneath the top left photo, and there isn't a lot of lime green on this page. In fact, there isn't any on this page, except in the photograph there is some lime green. And so that's why I kind of wanted to use that card. So I added some lime green thread behind the bottom right photograph right there. And then I added some pink thread underneath the top left photo to add a splash of pink over on that side. That's one of the main reasons I like to use thread, is it just adds a lot of texture, but it also adds to the messiness, and the main thing really is that it adds that pop of color where it's needed. Now, I realize these aren't from this month's kit, but I had to pull some of the sequins that I have left from last month's kit. Actually, it's from the December documented kit that came out in November, and if you've watched my last few videos, I keep talking about how much I love that sequin, and I had to use it on this layout as well. So I used probably like 6 or 7 little dots of it. So not enough lime green, so I go ahead and I grab out of my shimmer stash this lime green that I put on there. I believe it's called Don't Stitch on Me. And I added that, and then I also add some black splatters at some point here. Oh, here I go. Then I think I'm done, but I decided that I found the word yay on this tag here that's on the sticker sheet, and I decided that I wanted to do a little bit more fussy cutting and fussy cut out the word yay. Here it is right here. And then this is the last thing I think that I do. I did add a phrase that says "this happened," I think is what it says, underneath one of my photos. Right now it's on the left side, but it ends up on the right side. And I stitch both yay and "this happened" down. And I add that little die cut tab and then my date, and that's it. So I think I left, because it was only a little bit of stitching, I think I left the camera going for that. And then that's it. So it came together pretty quickly. I would say, I don't know, an hour or less, which is pretty quick for me. And I do add the date, which, like I said, was December 26th through 17. And then I'm finished. So here come the close-ups. And the first close-up that you're going to see is the gorgeous paper that I did not make, that I remade, and that comes in the kits, the paper kit and the main kit. And then there's my title, and there's the final product. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next video.